What makes a great leader? Is it someone who takes command with firm leadership style or an autocratic style? Which approach is more effective? Do and tell or ask and tell leadership? Hello everyone, this is me, Jyotika Bedi, your host, psychologist and founder of Happiness is Love. And I am back with the man of my dreams, Sandeep Bedi. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Very happy to have this discussion with you. If you are an aspiring leader, you intend to support your team, you might be feeling a little overwhelmed at all that you need to do, you are not alone. Especially if you're also focusing on transforming and improving yourself and your organizational culture. Take a deep breath because we've got your back. We're going to explore together some of our core values as leaders that has helped us become better leaders. And we're of course all work and learn. Sandeep, welcome once again.
Thank you.
What is your definition of leadership? What according to you makes a great leader?
Extremely complex question.
Yes.
In a few words. Okay, I'll try. But I think a good leader, I won't be able to tell you what a great leader really is, but a good leader is somebody who has humility. The humility to know that they don't know everything. The humility to always seek information to come to the right decisions.
Right.
And the humility to also know that they are wrong at times. So I think that is the key aspect of leadership.
Right.
And another thing is that the buck stops with the leader. So no matter what caused it, but the credit is to the team and the blame is always to the leader, because their role is to make sure that things stay good. So I think that to my mind makes
Nice. And
so that's really what that means.
leadership, yeah.
What that means is that humility with creating a sense of security
and authenticity.
is what of course, and authenticity is a key aspect.
Wonderful. And I agree with this. We are parents of 3 children and we believe that leadership and parenting is quite alike. It's just leadership is just parenting minus biology, because being a good parent, like leadership, is about accountability, it's about humility, it's about respect and taking responsibility and owning when we make mistakes, owning our flaws and claiming when we make a mistake and apologizing. And this is what we try to practice so that we can be better leaders. Sandeep, what according to you are some of your core values and why those values are important to you?
I think values are extremely important, because when you're in a state of flux or confusion, or when times are tough, these help you take the right course, the right decision.
Right.
So it's important for you to understand, each person to understand what is that value system that is close to you. It is important for organizations to agree on value systems. So the company that I'm a part of, Janadhar, we have an acronym for our value system, which we call A-Script. So essentially, A-Script is like, people say, oh, you got to have an A team.
Or A game.
Yeah, so bring on your A game. But we say, you know what, without our A-Script, creating the A team or bringing on the A game becomes a little tough. So it's an acronym which is ASCRIPT. Each of these words stands for our value. A is authenticity, which we already touched upon. So you've got to be authentic.
Right.
You can't have a charade going on. So it's extremely important for you to be authentic at all times. The S stands for simplicity. I think as a leader, you've got to create simplicity.
Correct.
Even Einstein had his 5 or 6 levels of intelligence, in which the ultimate level was simplicity.
Correct.
So it's important that
Yeah.
kind
Keep
of
it simple.
saving the complexity and trying to keep it simple.
Right.
C stands for collaboration, because that's the bedrock on what teams stand.
Right.
So everybody needs to understand that teams are more important than individuals.
Right.
And that's what creates ultimate success. R is for being responsible, taking responsibility, and not throwing blame.
Wonderful.
We believe that there are only two kinds of people: one that take responsibility, the other that give blame. So we try to be in the responsive
space.
Yes. And I is for integrity. Right?
Words and actions have to match.
Words have to match, even when nobody's looking. So integrity is extremely important. And that's when people call you out. You've got to give people that right to say that, okay, this is what we should do, and then the whole organization kind of follows a certain path.
Right.
P is for being predictable. So people need to understand that there is a certain predictability to the way
things are done.
And how you react to situations. That's what creates security.
Right.
Because people know this is not just nobody's gonna fall off the deep end and
Correct.
Just start the blame game.
Just like parenting. I'm just loving this conversation because parenting is also exactly the same.
And T is for transparency, which is embedded in being truthful.
Yeah.
And that's what creates trust, which is key to creating a good team, be it a family, be it a spousal relationship, any relationship. So that's our A script, and I think we...
Did you curate this on your own, or your team also contributed?
No, it's always everybody.
Okay, it's a beautiful idea. I love the A script. And to add to that, at Happiness is Love, our core values stand for HIL, where H stands for honesty, I is inclusion, and L is love and respect for everyone. And these core values, we remind ourselves every day, because we stand for love, we stand for happiness, and we stand for inclusion. And this is what I've also learned from you, where you lead with inclusion. You are the most inclusive leader I have met in my life, and thank you so much for inspiring me and our team, because I really believe the world now needs more inclusion. That's the only way to build a kinder world, a happier world. How do you... Yes, would you like to add?
Yeah, of course. There's got to be a certain amount of paradigm shift in the way people perceive leadership.
Right.
We see these pyramids of organizations wherein the leaders supposed to be at the top.
Correct.
But the way I have experienced true leadership is actually an inverted pyramid, wherein everything, the whole pressure is on the leader. So you are kind of there, and everybody stands on your shoulders to look further.
Nice.
And so it's not a privilege. It is a responsibility, and a very, very a serious
service.
Absolutely. Leadership is all about service, and everybody needs to understand that service-oriented leadership, which is actually embedded in our Vedantic principles of Karam Yoga, which is Nishswarth Karam. You kind of the work itself is its reward.
Correct.
So helping your team, a team member, achieve his greater potential is the reward. And once you kind of start doing things like that, the material success usually follows, because the team itself is just a super team. So
lovely, I love that. And you are as good as your team is as good as you are. So I love what you just said. And also, how do you really apply your core values on a day-to-day basis so that you can foster a more positive work culture?
Again, just trying to be available.
Yes.
Trying to ensure that if somebody needs help, they're comfortable enough to ask rather than feeling judged.
Right.
Also making sure that people are enjoying what they're doing.
Right.
And at the same time, I don't mean to make that this is all about just fun. One of the key aspects of good leadership is creating optimal stress. Studies after studies have proven that too little stress and there is no fun in the game. People don't feel productive or rewarded. Too much stress, and it's an inverted bell curve, inverted U curve or a bell curve, and so it's key that you push people enough for them to put their best foot forward. So it's a very tight rope walk.
And balance, like you said, of fun and the right amount of stress, because fun is also a very productive part of...
Optimal stress is...
with fun.
Optimal stress by definition means that. So, but a lot of people just think that it's only fun. That's not it.
Or it's only too much stress, so again, balance.
And just bring in the familial thing. You let the kids just have fun, and you create what you call parent-induced wastefulness.
Correct.
It's the same everywhere. So it's that
balance,
optimal stress to create the right amount of drive.
And that's what parenting is all about, where all leadership, and that's what we do even with our children, where we have a lot of fun, but yes, there are ground rules, there are limits, there are boundaries, and sometimes they feel that we're being hard on them, or we're being, and it's okay. They say that we're being mean, but then again, we involve them. We make sure that they're a part of this process, and we are all in it together. That is the beauty about parenting, where you learn alongside, you learn with your children, and you learn to be, again, this team, because it's all about teamwork. So again, last few words for you, for people who are listening. What is it that drives you every single day?
Just seeing the team come together, seeing the team kind of solve complex problems, and then derive a certain amount of satisfaction and happiness in those moments, and including me in those moments, and just creating a sense of shared accomplishment and happiness. So I think it's just a very, very rewarding and very fun experience.
And you are actually walking your walk, because I talk to your team and I know that this is something that you demonstrate on a day-to-day basis. Thank you so much, because leadership is really a journey, just like parenting. We're all work and learn. It's a lot of hard work, conscious effort, daily practice, but the most rewarding work you will ever do. This is really the greatest gift you can give yourself as a leader, to learn alongside, to grow alongside, and create more happiness and joy. Thank you once again. Stay tuned for more. We are on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Keep smiling, keep shining, keep inspiring.
Haven't you also started podcasts?
Yes, this is our podcast. This is all for our podcast lovers as well.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.